Welcome back. This is the fourth episode, and today we're going on a road trip. We're going to go see the other member of Kakepipe, have a look at his car, see what he's doing, and take it from there. Let's go. What are you doing?
Rapping.
Rapping. What are you rapping?
Polo exhaust on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Try not to hear it in.
Oh nice. Whee! Look at that beauty. Polo something now GTI in the full race livery, obviously. Ooh, look at that beauty. Beautiful. So the engine's had a full rebuild, bottom end, top end, you name it. No performance bits, but you don't really need it. It's a nice, powerful engine for this weight of car. As you can see, he's redoing the exhaust manifold, making sure that the heat temperatures are a bit better. Going to get it back in the car and carry on with the inside.
It's wrapped.
Let's have a look. Oh, beautiful. Nice and tight. Slightly wet, but she'll do.
It'll do.
So what we've got here is a modified power steering supply. We cut it down, we bent it where we wanted it, and I've re-welded it all up. So we're just going to test fit it, make sure it works, which it should, and go from there. So it turns out we need to go to the auto parts store to get some bits. So we're going to go there now, take a little road trip. Yeah, see you in a minute.
A few moments later.
What are we doing?
Drive shafts.
Drive shaft.
Replacing boots on the drive shafts. That's simple of eating.
Oh. Come on, camera. Anyway. Well, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. I'm going to tell Dave to stick kettle on.
Yep.
And there we have it. She's all back together, all running nice and smooth again. Oil staying in, coolant staying in. Exhaust is just heating off, so you won't see some steam coming off it. But other than that, she's good. She's good to go. So after a successful day yesterday at Warren's, the car now runs and it runs fine. No issues there. So he's going to put the little bits back together today. I've got a bit of fabrication work to do for him later on. But today I want to get back on my car and put the coolant system in. So I've got a new radiator, a new aluminium race radiator. I'm hoping it's leak free. I have heard some horror stories about these radiators, but you can't really pick any other up, so we'll see. If it has got a leak, at least I can weld it in-house and not have to worry about it. The only other thing that is the coolant hoses. Now, I've been using the originals for a long time and have been fine, but I've managed to steal some silicone hoses off Warren. Let's see if they fit. If they don't, they don't. It's not a big issue, so let's crack on with that. So this is the current state. As you can see, I've just mounted the aluminium rad just to kind of sit there, see how it looks. And one thing we are going to do is just see if we can bridge these hoses over to the points where they need to be. So can't be too difficult. So it looks like, out of all of that, I am going to have to use the original hoses for now. Now that's not too much of an issue, because the one thing we've got to consider is getting around the gear selector so it can move and pivot where it needs to do and not interfere with that. And also then just around the wiring and the harnesses and the power steering fluid. So I can get these remade. Well, I can get these remade in silicone. I'll probably take them to JS Performance and just get them to remake them how I want them. And yeah, we'll just get the radiator back on and let's get on with it, I suppose. So now that all of the coolant system's back on, I've just tidied up a few things around the spark plug leads, the wiring around the top here, and just tidied up a little bit in bits and pieces that I just wanted to make sure that one was secure and two wouldn't foul anything, especially around the gear selector. That's the main important thing, that nothing's going to foul that regardless of where it's turning and what it's doing. So on to the next. So we're going to now start looking at how we can put the front end on. Now I have been through this before many times, so nice and simple, and we'll just get on with it. So that's the car back on its wheels, leveled off, so now I can put the coolant in, power steering fluid and things like that. I've put the front end on, but I've not put the bumper on because I want to try and sort out some of the wiring for the fans. They're on their own separate switch, so they don't need the fan switch. They pretty much just constantly run on anyway once it's up to temperature. So I'll sort out some wiring. I've just got to wait for some connectors. I thought I had some, but I don't, so we'll do that. I need to change the bonnet pins there and there because they're not long enough, but I do have some new black ones that will match the bonnet and not look like little silver ears sticking out the front. So once we've done that, we can get the front end back on, but that'll have to be another day. Get all the fluids in, get the power steering fluid in, and then I'm going to drop her on the floor completely, and then bring her out the front of the garage and let her run for a while and see how she goes on. I feel that there may still be a bit of an idle issue, but we can sort that. That's not a problem. As long as it runs and it runs consistently, I can deal with the rest of it as it comes. So, good day. Let's move on to the next. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. Not really much to be done and to be shown, but they're big steps into getting both cars, mine and Warren's, back on the road or on the floor to be able to drive, and then we can see how they get on. We are both going to take them to an actual garage for alignment and tracking. I think that's just the better thing to do. We know someone with a Hunter tracking system, and it'll just work out better. And then from there, start looking at track days again next year, because they're all about finished now, and start looking at what else we can do. I've got a few bits to do inside, such as dash panel, ODB2 conversion. There's loads on my list, there's loads on Warren's list, so we'll bring all of those to the channel. We won't leave you out. So if you like what we're doing, please, as everyone says, like and subscribe. It really helps us out, and it actually encourages us a bit more to keep going. I like doing this. I like giving you guys the content. So see you later, guys. Cheers.